What up, dudes? It's Gaz, and welcome back to another Warframe video. So we got an updated best tags farming spot. I basically made a video on this a couple months ago, and since I've been doing this kind of stuff so much, I've actually found an even better spot. We're doing another live gameplay commentary. Because, yeah, doing this stuff on a daily basis is an extremely fast way to level up your Fortuna rep, and it will be great for the next Prime Access, which will probably be your Rally Prime Access. Before we get into this stuff, make sure you sub this channel. We do daily Warframe video uploads, build videos, news videos, discussion videos, all that kind of stuff in the right place for Warframe content. And yes, the previous guide is still good, but I gotta be honest with you guys, that spot I recommended in that video was pretty annoying over time. So I found a much less annoying spot that has pretty much the exact same clear time for less annoying gameplay. So let's get right into it. Okay, so as far as what you'll be doing with these tags, you can buy these claw mods, you get the right kind of dogs. So we'll be getting Cooperdons, you can get Assassin's Posture from doing this, which is great. And as far as the other stuff, a lot of these are the more rare animals, so good luck with that. But you can definitely get at least Assassin's Posture by doing this. And also, the other mods you get too can be grabbed with rep, like the bond mods, like Reinforced Bond, Tenacious Bond, other good bond mods here available. Additionally, if you do this leading up to a Prime Access, you can use this reputation to buy relic packs. You can technically do this on a daily basis, but not the most valuable relic packs. 20,000 rep for a relic pack over here. These can contain Aya, and they can contain multiple Aya, apparently. And yeah, it's pretty good to just have this stuff ready to go. Okay, so as far as what we're doing, if you watch my top 5 favorite builds video from yesterday, it's going to be animal conservation. So we're going to go ahead and show you how you do this with a live gameplay commentary to show exactly how it works. Okay, so same build from the video yesterday, animal conservation Ivara. You do not need to play Ivara for this at all, like literally at all. What you need to do for this strategy that I'm using is make sure you have the Rest and Rage Helmet ability from Equinox. You could technically just do this strategy on Equinox with the exact same build, but what you really want is high range and this ability. So with Helmet put on anybody, if you're playing Equinox themselves, you can just use the ability on the enemies. The rest of the stuff does not even remotely matter. I've got Energize for no reason. I've got Arc and Nullifier when I do this in the planes to not get magnetic procs. The big thing here is that you're not going to worry too much about the build. What you do want to worry about is you want to go to the correct spot we show in here. You also want to go to your ally highlight feature and turn that on. Make it a nice visible color because you'll be trying to see these animals from across a very long snowy wasteland. Okay, so now that we've activated that, our weapons don't matter. You know what does kind of matter a little bit, but not too much, is going to be the Retriever mod on our companion. It doesn't matter a ton, but if you do put on Resourceful Retriever, you can get double animal tags. And yes, it does actually work. Svita Kavat does not double resources anymore, so just equip whatever you got. Any Beast Companion will do if you want more tags. Okay, so unlike the previous video with the Asta Crater, we're going to a new location that I did test out on stream. I've been doing this for the last couple of weeks. So as far as why this spot is better, I did check like the entire Fortuna basically, and this is the best spot I could find. It is a wide open area that will not spawn any of the birds. The bird, I almost called them enemies. The bird animals require you to basically air snipe them with the sleep ability, and we don't want to be doing that. So one of the things that will spawn in this area are ground animals like Cooperdons that give multiple thousand rep per capture. The mice things, the pobbers, give you a couple hundred rep per capture. There's usually 2 or 3 of them. And also things like Verminx and Bolarolas. So yeah, no annoying bird sniping unless you get too close to the mushrooms. Alright, so let's let the Fortuna load here. And I will show you the new spot. Okay, reminder, we do have the ally highlight feature on, so our cat is marked, and they'll also mark the animals. Okay, for the new spot, go to the Temple of Profit. We're going to a special spot on top of the Temple of Profit where this great animal capture situation begins. So we get into our Arcwing. Arcwing's very helpful here. Now, I'm on Elytron for a different mission. You should not use Elytron. You should use Itzel for this. So it might be a little bit slower. Keep in mind, the Exploiter Orb does like to hang out around here. It's the only potential issue for this spot. Okay, so we already started off with a ground animal here. So we just cast the Rest and Rage ability with a sleep version. Also, don't do this on the Steel Path like I just did. It's not that big of a difference, but yeah, there's no reason to actually do it on the Steel Path. So, yeah, a couple things incorrect here. Itzel is technically faster than Elytron. But as you can see, we've already gotten 2 ground animals and already gotten about 3,000 reputation. So, just like that, we're 10% of the way done in less than a minute. So, Yeah, if you get lucky, get some like 4K rep Cooperdons, you can go even faster. But as far as where you want to fly for this, you want to basically fly along this little pathway right here, behind the Temple of Profit. If you get too close to the mushrooms, it will spawn birds a lot of the time. Just be aware of that. You're flying back and forth up here pretty much. Okay, just look out for yellow markings on the, well, not yellow markings, just look out for yellow animals, basically. They'll be your reputation. There we go, we find some poppers. Now, you can go invisible. There will be enemies spawning around here to make it a little bit dangerous. You can also put the enemy highlight feature to see those from across the map. You can technically knock them out, too, with some damage. But yeah, don't put it on the steel path like I just did. Okay, so you're pretty much watching the gameplay of what you do right now. You fly all the way over here. Got a Cooperdon over here. Another multiple thousand reps. So, guys, I swear, like, I am not going to do the Asta Crater ever again compared to this. And yes, I did entirely find this out on stream. I was testing out like 3 or 4 different spots, and this is by far the best one. It's the longest straight shot of land that has no mushrooms nearby. There's some mushrooms kind of nearby, but if you don't get too close to them, no birds will ruin your farming sesh. Okay, so we just go back and forth. Let's see, we're already about 6,200 in, so not too shabby to start things off with. Now, a lot of animals like to spawn in that little spot right there underneath that rock, but yeah, just be basically having your eyes peeled for these animals across the map. Okay. And the exploiter will, it like spawns like right here, I'm pretty sure, but it'll eventually walk away. But it will go, it does have a circular path. It will come back if you take too long, and it will shoot you out of the sky. So just be careful about that. Its little baby mini spiders also will do that too. Okay, they only had 1 pobber there. That's a little bit unfortunate. But as you can see, there's no like sniping the birds out of the air here required. So what was that? Is that a Cooperdon? Yeah, Cooperdons are not... You get a lot of Cooperdons in this spot, which means you can Assassin's Posture. I don't know if people buy Assassin's Posture, but you could be the Assassin's Posture farming guy. And yes, the rare Cooperdons do spawn from this method too, but it's usually the common and uncommon ones I've noticed. Okay, Boulder Royals give you about 1,000 each. Here come the Corpus to ruin my farming trip. Let's just go ahead and nuke them down with our amp. This is a 147 amp, by the way. Got those homing glaives to take out enemies from afar. Okay, hope I didn't scare the animals away with that. But yeah, I'd recommend you put on the normal path. Alright, what we got here? So a little bit more of a you know, obstacle course, these enemies spawning to like shoot at you and stuff. But yeah, the no having to snipe birds thing, you're gonna appreciate that over time. If you're doing this on a daily basis to get those relic packs, you'll definitely appreciate this. Okay, so we're at about 10K right now. Keep in mind, I have like I have some suboptimal stuff equipped right now, like the Elytron and the Steel Path. But even with you know, me just explaining it as I go, not too shabby here. And you want to stop like probably around right here, I'd say, to not get too close to those mushrooms. Those mushrooms do spawn those birds you don't want to see. Okay. Keep your eyes peeled for sure. I have the yellow ally highlight on here, but you could do like a blue one or a green, whatever's easiest for you. Alright. So let's see if we got any more. So right there, like I said, they will spawn animals underneath this thing a lot. Just keep your eyes peeled for that yellow animal. Another 2K, I mean, it's so easy. It's so easy. In the, you know, under 10 minutes if you are doing it properly and don't mess anything up. On a daily basis, not too bad. Get that maxed out. Rep, get tons of animals tags. You know, you could literally just like be listening to a podcast, another one of my videos in the background while you do this too. It is like minimal effort required. So like alternatives to doing this, what could you do instead? You could technically do the Profit Taker. The Profit Taker drops debt bonds that can max out your rep. But they did actually reduce how many debt bonds a Profit Taker dropped at some point. Well, actually, that wasn't a reduction. It was a bug fix. Because basically, whenever we would pick up Profit Taker debt bonds before, it would duplicate per team member. So if you're doing a 4-stack, you're getting like 4 times the debt bonds. So right now, the debt bonds feel a lot slower from PT compared to before, but you still get credits from that too. Beyond that, you could go, you know, maybe fishing or mining and turn that stuff in, or you could go do, you know, specific animal catch. If you want to catch the rare Cooperdons only, you could use the Cooperdon pheromone lures to catch those, but if you have to use rep to do that in the first place, I wouldn't recommend it, especially with how many Cooperdons we're getting here with no lures required. Yeah, the most annoying part about this is keeping your eyes peeled the whole time, basically. And being on the steel path when you're not supposed to. Okay, so we're about halfway through at about 5:48 right now. with not the best luck, and also this really, really slow Elytron equip. If you didn't know this, not every Arcwing is the same speed. The Elytron is slower than the Itzel. So if you have the Itzel equipped, you will be moving around here faster, and then potentially getting the spawns faster, too. So you hear any kind of animal cry, there's going to be an animal around you somewhere. Just, you know, like, spin around, and then put it to sleep, and then capture it. Basically as easy as that. Yeah, so cat buff does not do anything for us nowadays, unfortunately. It is just a XP doubler. As far as this is concerned, it's not doing anything for us. But yeah, XP doubler from the Smita bot, and that is literally what it does. It does some other little buffs too, but nothing is actually important here. Okay, so let's see if we can find any more here before we potentially call it. Alright, there we go, another Bolarola. So yeah, expect to get a lot of Bolarolas here, which only give like 1,000 rep each, but it's still better than having to hunt down some birds, like jump on top of a mushroom and they fly away and all that stuff, so pretty straightforward. So yeah, the old spot was Asta Crater. Just to put in perspective, you had to like look around all over these like different rock formations. The animals would spawn in between the rock formations. It was just so annoying. So this one, they're just right in the middle of the field. Pretty much idiot-proof at this point. And let's see what kind of Cooperdon that was. So there's Cooperdons that get 2k, Cooperdons that get 4k, Cooperdons that get, I think it's like 6k. You will not get the rare ones that often, but I have seen them a couple times. You mainly would be happy about the 4k ones here, though. Okay, we got another one. So we're at like 2/3 of the way done. Not too shabby. I would say I have overall a little bit slower times here, but the frustration level is much lower at this spot. And it's like, okay, you're wasting another 2 minutes, but you're not getting as annoyed. You don't have to hunt down birds, you don't have to look in between rock formations. It's just straightforward, capture them, get the tags, and move on. So I will take that sacrifice of a minute and a half-ish longer clear times for the aspect of not having to be frustrated. So like, see those mushrooms right there? If I get too close to those, birds will spawn, which you don't really want. That's the entire reason we made this new spot right here. There's 4k rep. So yeah, get a bunch of those, you'll be knocking this out really fast. It looks like we have like only about one or two, or a couple more animals here to max out our rep, so not too shabby for a commentary run, honestly. And we'll have more videos soon. I know this is not the most important video to most people, but it's important to me because I like to show these kinds of good rep farming strategies for daily basis farming. Yeah, you could literally play Corvex with this if you want to, as long as you have rest and rage. Or you could even use the Trank Gun if you really wanted to, but I wouldn't recommend that. Heck, you could use Ivara Sleep Arrow if you really wanted to, but I like the convenience of rest and rage. That's another 2k right there. So should be about like 2 or 3 more animals that are decent rep cost to get that maxed out. Like, yes, it is probably technically more boring than doing a bounty, I suppose, but at the same time, those bounties for Fortuna don't give a ton of rep either. So you will save yourself some time, especially on a daily basis. Imagine doing daily rep worth of Fortuna buys on a daily basis. No, thank you. So, yeah. Alright, we're about to cross into 30k here. Alright. Never mind, those things give like no rep at all.
In no danger of extinction.
Now, to be fair, the birds do give a little more rep than those little pauper things. But you have to like aim into the air, they'll fly away, you have to like snipe them. It's just so frustrating. We could actually show a bird capture here before I call this. Big yellow Bolarola, easy to spot from across the map. It looks like I took too long. The Exploiter Orb is back, so we must have taken about 10 minutes there. It takes about 9 minutes for the Exploiter Orb to come back here. I do hear it. Yep, there it is. Okay, so that's basically, if you hear the Exploiter Orb coming back, that means you probably are taking too long to do it. And you might have the Elytron equipped if this Exploiter Orb actually makes it back in time, so. That being said, don't worry too much about it. You have to worry actually more about its little mini spiders. Those things will actually chase after you, try to kill you, so. Don't be too afraid to get into the snow. It slows you down for a little bit, but not that big of a deal, honestly. Alright, so there's a couple more here. We should be done. Come on, give me a Cooperdon so we can be done with this, basically. The more Cooperdons you get, the faster it goes. That's kind of how Asta Crater worked as well. Okay, good stuff. And yes, I mean, this is a live gameplay commentary, so you could have faster runs, you could have slower runs. Usually I'm beating it in like under 8 minutes. We're here at 11 minutes now, so not exactly the best, but keep in mind that we are It is a teaching run, too. Okay, there's my Cooperdon to get me out of here. And that should be guaranteed enough to get me out of here. Because 33K of rep is the max per day. There we go. We grabbed it. And now let's just go ahead and see if we can find any birds. I'm going to show how annoying those are in comparison. Any birds? Thankfully, no. Okay, so yeah, you don't want to catch the birds. The Asta Crater was a bunch of birds, just super, super annoying. This one is no birds at all. It's less annoying. You can teleport back to Fortuna and collect your loot. So yeah, it's basically going to be it for the video, guys. You know, similar video to the previous one, but just better, in my opinion. Better in ways, worse in other ways. If you are willing to go through the frustration of looking around for those animals in between the rock formations, catching the birds on top of the mushrooms, you can stick with Asta Crater. But for me, it's Temple of Prophet from now on. You guys have a great night, and I'll see you on stream very soon. Peace.